Oh man, we have come to perhaps my favorite issue of the City Heroes comic books. And this is across uh, the one shot from Dark Horse, Blue King books, and the Image books. It's my favorite issue. And we'll get to why. So here it is City Heroes, issue number 5, Jury Duty Part 1. And here's Apex on the cover. And what's he got in his hands? A jury summons. Murder spells trouble for the Arcanist. Well, who's the Arcanist? Well, scroll down. Boom! There's the Arcanist. He's being accused of killing another hero named Red Razor. They had bad blood, they got into bar fights, they didn't get along. So it kind of looks like he's a Red Ringer for being responsible directly or indirectly for the death of Red Razor. Now, in City Heroes, and here's the people who worked on the book, you can check them out. City Heroes, in their world, there's that constitutional provision where you have to be tried by a jury of your peers. And so the jury is composed of a bunch of different superheroes. Apex is one of them. A couple of them get names, and it doesn't really matter. They're not characters from the games, or they don't have any further lore associated with them. They're just like one shots for this book. Some of them look pretty cool. Her costume parts are all pieces of equipment that are in the game. The wraps, the keyhole here, that set of sleeves. Like, this is all stuff right out of the game. In fact, I had a character. Her name was Thermal Antipode. She had that same hairstyle. Hers was red, and not this like cool silver blue or whatever that is. But the point still stands. This dude over here, man, he's got a big W on his shirt. I'm thinking of him as just like the Wick Donald's man. Okay, so we're totally doing like a 12 Angry Men kind of thing. They're all in here. They've all like taken a preliminary vote. They've all come back with guilty. And then homeboy over here, who's probably some kind of martial artist, is like, I'm changing my vote to not guilty. Because he wants to actually go through the case. He wants to make sure that they, the 12 of them, all take the time to hear the evidence. And so while they're doing that, the other characters, War Witch, she's hanging out with Apex's sister, and she's explaining the situation. Well, whenever a hero goes on trial for some crime against another hero, they have to have an all-hero jury pool. Really? You're kidding me? Nope. It's been like that in this state since the 70s. There was this big trial, and the hero appealed on the grounds that the jury wasn't really of his peers because they weren't heroes. So they changed the law, and now in special cases like this, the jury has to be all registered heroes. There's only, 5 or 6,000 of us in the area. Odds are good that someone we know will get chosen. In this case, Apex. Things sure work weird in this city, huh? Back in Miami, there are all these regulations on heroes. A civilian oversight board. They'd never let the heroes judge each other. Everything my bros told me, it seems like you have pretty free reign to do what you want to do here. This is great world building. The character who lives here is explaining why things are happening to a character who's an outsider. If you have to explain your universe or your rules to somebody, that's the way to do it. You don't just info dump at the reader, at the viewer. You have the characters tell each other things. And so that's why having characters from different backgrounds, different perspectives is important, because then they can share vital information with each other that the reader, the viewer, the audience needs to know. See, it's kind of messed up. It doesn't seem to bother your brother, and Paragon is different. This is a war. The city has been destroyed and rebuilt. People want to feel safe again here, whatever it takes. And it's true. The Rikti War, that is the backstory for City Heroes, destroyed Paragon City. If you listen to some people, like on the game forums and stuff, they have like conspiracy theories that say it wasn't just Paragon City that got wrecked. It was like the entire world got annihilated by this stuff. I don't know that I'd go that far, but hey, at least the city, it got wrecked. They built the giant war walls, all that kind of stuff to help cordon off the city, protect it against alien attacks and all that stuff. Now, they're not just here talking. Warwitch and Horus totally go out on on a patrol, investigating stuff, and this is where we get like a glimpse with this mysterious shadow man with the green cloud. that Horus's background and his gadgets are not quite what they seem. I think you underestimate your abilities, Horus. Or is it Horus? What are you talking about? That with all your, shall we say, assets, you contact Apex and make sure he does the right thing. What about his gadgets? You don't know anything after all. They hardly ever worked. Oh no, I'm referring to something else. I'm talking about BAM! Shut up! So yeah, we got three different things going on here. We got the trial, we got this intrigue with Horus, and we have them getting ready to contact the heroes that are in the courtroom so they can use their powers to divine what's going on in the court case, which leads to some interesting stuff that we're not going to spoil. I really love this stuff, man. You all take care of yourselves. This is my favorite issue of City Heroes, and I hope some of that enthusiasm came out because they're explaining stuff, telling you why is this city so messed up. History, that's why. The world, at least when it was originally written by Rick Dakin and the early writers, what's that other guy, Sean Fish, I think? Like, the world they made was pretty self-consistent, even if it was a silly superhero world. Like, there was a logical underpinning to the things, why people did the things they do. It was an underpinning to why things were the way they were. Later writers in the game kind of pooped all over that, but early on, that writing was weirdly self-consistent, logically consistent, and rock solid. Well, take care of yourselves. You have a great one. Hope to see you again next time. Bye-bye.